everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is my third attempt at this video because the other two had copyright issues. I think it was the music, but I can't be sure if it was me. So we decided to go again, third time lucky, and this time I've employed the services of my model because if it is me, I'm not doing it for a third time. So here we are. If you saw this video before, you'll know what it's about. If not, welcome to a little chat about the vibro plate, the vibrational plate. The reason why I wanted to talk about them is because I asked for one for Christmas because I was very intrigued about the benefits, and there are lots of videos online, and the reason why I wanted to use it was primarily for muscle tone, but the benefits, especially for us, if you do a lot of lymphatic drainage, if you have massages, if you want to see the benefits of the improvement in the texture and tone of your skin and muscles, is that the vibro plate is also very effective for lymphatic drainage, for a circulation boost, as well as why many people use them for muscle tone and definition. As always, it's always got to be in conjunction with your lifestyle, so you couldn't just use the vibro plate for any one of these things and then change absolutely nothing else in your lifestyle. If you're just eating anything, if you're not really healthy, if you're not exercising particularly much, you won't see much of a difference. But a lot of people say that if they're using it for lymphatic drainage, if they've got a reason why they want to see an improvement in that, if they've got a circulatory issue and they want to see an improvement, even something as simple as cold feet, it can be very effective. Now, I have to say, as I said in the previous uploads, there are lots of reasons why you can't use a vibro plate. So many reasons I can't actually list them here. So I would recommend that you either contact your doctor or whoever it is that's treating you. And if you have any medical condition, presume that you can't use it until they tell you that you can, because there are that many conditions. It ranges from circulatory disorders to heart conditions, to cancer, to bone conditions, to broken bones, to plates. Honestly, it is far and wide, pregnancy being an obvious one too. Because of what it's doing and because it can be quite a substantial, I was going to say a treatment, we would be using it for a treatment because we're trying to improve lymphatic drainage, but because you can see that it's literally vibrating the muscles, you can understand why there are so many contraindications. That does make sense. So if you've got any medical conditions at all, just presume you cannot use it until you find out that you can, and go and ask whoever's treating you. So as you can see, we've got the vibro plate on. Now, there are lots of videos, as I say, lots of personal trainers, lots of physios, lots of people out there that will show you how to use the vibro plate for muscle toning, muscle condition. Now, what you can do when you're using it for lymphatic drainage and to boost your circulation is use it on a much lower level. They can go up to very high levels. The higher the level, the more vigorous basically the shaking, the more it's vibrating, and basically the harder it is for the muscles to work and for you to remain stable. So because you have it on a lower level, it means that it's working more on the circulation and the lymph than it is on the muscles, although it is still working on the muscles. Now, as you can see here, we've got our trainers on, we've got shoes on. That's for stability or also for preference. When I did my uploads, I didn't feel I needed trainers. So if you've got balance and you feel comfortable with it, or you don't want to, if your balance is quite good, you do not need to wear any shoes. But if you're not too sure about your balance, wear your shoes and maybe have some sort of chair or something to hold on to, maybe even have it near a wall so you can hold on as required. The other thing that's worth bearing in mind is that when you're using it, there's lots of different exercises you can use. You can just stand up and use the vibro plate, or if you want, if you're really starting from zero, you can be sitting in a chair and use the vibro plate, and you don't actually need to be standing up, but it will be more effective if you do stand up. What you need to remember is when you're working on lymphatic drainage, remember your lymph is like your second circulatory system. There's no heart pumping it. So we're effectively tensing up those muscles, we're contracting the muscles, and every time those muscles do those little micro contractions, that's what's squeezing the lymph, that's what's having the effect. So you will see, if people are using it, they might talk about the fact that they're also changing their diet, changing their exercise approach, and they're also using different implements such as the body brush. They might be using different products on their skin if they're looking to boost the lymph to also see an improvement in the texture of the skin, the tone of the skin, and maybe if there's any cellulite there, because people do say that if you use it continuously and approach it that way, you may be able to see an effect with cellulite. But as I said, cellulite is something natural, it's there. If it bothers you, you can do something about it. If it doesn't bother you, who cares? If you can't see a difference and you're trying really hard, don't beat yourself up because it's not that simple. But if you want to see if you can tackle it and you want to attack it from all these different angles, it's definitely worth a shot. Okay, model, we've put you through it enough. You've been standing patiently and it is having an effect just while you're standing stationary on it. Now, some of the most simple moves you can do to boost your lymphatic system and help that drainage is just very simple squats. The deeper the squat, the more effective. But if you're just starting, then just as long as you know that you're doing a very gentle squat, you're going to be having a result. So you can squat. If you feel comfortable, you can take your weights and you can do the squat with the weights in each hand. Do you want to give that a try? So all you're doing is just the same movement. And because you've got weights in your hands, you're just making it more of a challenge on your body, but you do not have to do that. You can also stand stationary and you don't have to squat, but you can very gently hinge from the base of your back and actually roll the weights down your legs. And you can do that either side. Some people do it straight down either side at the same time. These are all having an effect because the body's having to work. Looking good. Right, I'll let you stop because you'll be there all day with that one. If you want to put them down, you can. See, I was doing it previously in the other videos, but did not like me. Nope, got my copyright. Another thing you can do is just raise onto your tiptoes, so just raise your heels. It's a little bit easier and you can relax, just do it for a few seconds each side. Little bit easier in shoes, more of a challenge in your socks. But again, you're still having the effect. That's two at the same time. You're showing off now. If you do two at the same time, it is more of a challenge because you really do, on the vibro plate, you really do have to concentrate on your balance. It's hard enough to balance on your tiptoes on the floor, never mind on the vibro plate. So that was complete and utter showing off there. And look at it. I am here for that. Just waiting for you to stack it now. So again, just standing stationary, you can even stretch. You won't be able to see this the way that the camera's set up, but you can stretch your arms up to the ceiling and just stretch your whole body. But again, you won't be able to see that here. But you can just relax into it. Just enjoy knowing that you're having an effect on your lymphatic system. And when the vibroplate gets to 0, what happens is it very slowly stops. But we're not going to do that just now because we've got it on for an hour. And I'm joking, I wouldn't do that to him. Honestly, you can do it for a couple of minutes, 5 minutes. I wouldn't do more than 10 minutes maximum. I don't think you need that. But see, just doing it for 2, 3, maybe 5 minutes. Most days, just put something on TV that you find engaging or put on your favourite music. You could talk to someone, but sometimes your voice wobbles a bit. So if you were talking to someone and your voice was wobbling, they might laugh at you, but that's half the fun. But when you're finished, you can maybe do a nice little gentle stretch when you come off it. And it really is as simple as that. So I will let you want to jump off just very gently, and then we'll just stop it in a little moment, but we're finished. So then you just take it easy. Just enjoy your day. You've now done your lymphatic drainage. If you want, if someone's happy to give you a little massage, that can really enhance the benefits, or you could do your body brushing. But other than that, you are good to go. So that's the vibrational plate. For those that saw the original video, that's take 3. For the rest of us, we're watching it for the first time. I hope you found that useful and interesting. I'd love to know if you use one. Have a great day and I'll see you again soon.